All right, my friends. So we took the piston out. As you can see, there's the rod. Rod looks good. The piston, on the other hand, so you can see, this was getting hot in these areas. We made a very good choice on not continuing to run the engine because, boom, look at this motherfucker. Terrible. This little chip here was when I dropped it, so it fell out of the. I was hitting it from the top and it just boop, and I had it in my hand, but it boop, it came right down and hit the fucking pan underneath it. But anyways, we're not reusing this. But yeah, look at that. I mean, I was looking at it from up here. If you look at my other video that I looked inside with the bore scope, you could see this little corner here. And you look at that corner, you're like, doesn't look too bad. Some peppering up here, but nothing crazy. But you take it out, and it's like, boom. I mean, it was bad. And the reason it looks like that, it's not because it was hitting the wall and it wasn't tearing up the wall. It's because whatever melted from here hit the wall, and then the piston came up and wiped it, So that's basically the extra aluminum from here that it basically got on here and just wiped. Another problem we had, from looking at this piston, is you can see the two lower rings. As you can see, the lower rings are easily moved on their, ringland, as you can see. But this top one, you can see there's a top one up here. Well, that one is not moving anywhere. There's the gap that's completely closed. That's no good. I could take that out, but this piston's trash. The rings are trash, the piston's trash. So there's no need. There's no need to even attempt to try to fix this. Like I could have grinded this piece down, but with all this damage here, and then that pushing down on the ringland, and looks like there's like a hole here also. Yeah, it's not even worth it. Yeah, it's terrible. But this is the reason why we make sure if you see something like that from like your bore scope, don't run it. If you look at the walls, the cylinder walls are the most important part, as you can see them down there. The cylinder walls are more important than your piston. You know how much I paid for another piston? I already bought it. It's on its way. I only paid $180, $170, I think it was. It came out to, with tax and shipped to my house. This is $180. Like, don't try to run this engine after it's been hurt like that. Like you would think, oh, it should be fine. It has a little bit of thing up top. No. You didn't see what's underneath it. So, like I said, for $180, you're not going to completely destroy your engine. You know what I'm saying? So, just take it apart, even though it sucks. I hated every minute of taking this engine out and having to do this. But at the end of the day, if you could just see this type of failure and catch it before it damages your engine, 9 out of 10 times it's the correct way. It's the correct thing that you're doing is pulling the engine and taking that piston out. So right now, all I need to do is hone the piston, the bore out, hone the bore out, put the new piston back in it, put the, obviously put it on the rod and put the new piston in it and glue it back up and send it, and it's ready to go. And along the way, we're gonna add some new modifications. So we're gonna run without the cooler. We're gonna run with a new billet tensioner. We have this one, but it's the old style that has that's metal, and it's seizing up on me. So you know what? I already ordered it, so I'm gonna take that out, put the new billet one with the brass inserts, so that way that problem goes away. The reason I noticed that was becoming another issue again was because my timing was moving too much, which means the belt was moving and it was moving the timing around, and it wasn't properly tensioned. So when I got into the engine, I checked it, and it's basically kind of hanging up. You see how I could push it forward, and then it's kind of hard to push back. It only moves like about that much, but it's stiff. And it shouldn't be stiff at all. You should be able to move this around, and it's really stiff. So I tried to put some stuff in here, but some anti-seize, but the problem with the anti-seize that I used, it got hard and it created its own issue. So whatever. I'll just buy the right stuff. Again, the piston, very good move on my part to just stop the engine, not run it for long. I took it from the dyno. I moved it to its spot that it is now. That's it. I never turned the car on after that. So very good move. Like I said, this would have tore up everything in that bore, but yeah, I'm very, very happy right now because I have another piston coming. It should be here soon. I'll be able to put that back together. I am going to hone it, and then I'm going to put the piston back in with the new rings and be ready to go. So